right outside here in Times Square. Ginger, it is already pouring out there.
Yes, pouring is the word. And if you were dreaming of a soggy Christmas, it's coming true. We've got a flood advisory here, flood watches all up and down the East Coast, and wind advisories, several all in those flood watches. We've got to go to Victor Akendo now, who is in Lake Wales, Florida, with all of that damage. Victor.
Welcome back to GMA. AAA expecting a record number of Americans on the roads, more than 100 million. One of them right now, Gio Benitez on the New Jersey Turnpike. Okay, good tip. Do that. And then also, just to bring in Interstate 5 in the Pacific Northwest, major issues. More than 300,000 people without power. They had 50 to 70 mile per hour winds with the latest of the onslaught of storms they've been dealing with. Can you imagine that ride? Going across the Puget Sound? Yeah, either can I. Rough one there. Up to 100 miles per hour in some of the elevated areas. And you'll see the big waves coming with more storms this weekend. This segment, sponsored by Progressive. Your local news and weather is next.
A lot of headlines to get to this morning, starting with that holiday travel headache. The entire East Coast facing alerts, racing for heavy rain and wind after tornadoes ripped through Florida last night. Let's go right out to Ginger, who's outside weathering the storm right here in Times Square. Hey, Ginger.
Hey there. The flash flood warning in place for right where I'm standing, and you can see it, another inch or two of rain still to come as people are out on the roadways. And I got to tell you, this all as winter officially begins later this evening. So if you were waiting for a wet and windy start to your holiday season, you're getting it, especially in Florida, Central Florida. 2 EF0 tornadoes did damage that you see there. Flood watch is in place from Virginia all the way up through Maine. We're talking about I-95, those big roadways that so many people are traveling this morning, inundated, and then it will get downright windy. Gusts this evening in New England up to 65 miles per hour, y'all.
I just checked my phone to check my alert for to see if my flight on home to California is on time. I'm still on time.
Can I get a Merry Christmas on 3? 1, 2, 3. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas to you.
Fort Campbell.
Wishing all of them Merry Christmas, all of those families there at Fort Campbell. We appreciate your service. And good job, Secret Santa Rob.
Yes, very nice.
So cute. All right, let's keep the good cheer going. I think we have another donation. Cue the elves.
$202,000. Incredible.
And remember, this is the most important part. You can keep donating.
All right, we are so happy that the Ravens are dedicated to giving their community. And so here's some of the team players from our audience. Yeah, we've got a team here. I feel the same way. So how about we do this? Let's find out how many coats have been donated so far. Drum roll, everybody. Give me a drum roll, everyone. Yes. 112,000 coats. 730. Wow. Oh, we're so happy with that number. But you can still keep them coming. Yeah, you can make a donation. Just go to any Burlington location, drop off a coat in one of these bins, and as a thanks, Burlington's going to give you 10% off your entire in-store purchase when you donate. So that is an exciting time. All right, guys, good work. Coming up here, we've got an Aquaman Star here live, and that movie comes out today. Can't wait. Stay with us.
Ginger.
I'm going to say that all day. Double doink. All right, like our quick look at Superior, Wisconsin, just enough to plow city tomorrow morning. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, though, the select cities sponsored by Special K Cereal. We're joined now by a woman who is just gorgeous inside and out. Miss Universe 2018, Catriona Gray. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You know, congratulations first and foremost. But I thought this was so interesting. Your mom, when you were 13, had a dream that you would win Miss Universe in a red dress.
She did.
And you did that last night. Something that you're passionate about, and that is children's education.
Yes, I'm so passionate about helping children in impoverished areas. And in the Philippines, I work with NGOs like that. Those kids might never realize the dream of having an education and developing a love for learning.
What did I tell you? Inside and out, gorgeous you are. And I have to say, you also have a voice. So
Thank you.
will we hear you on a stage once you're done with all the Miss Universe?
I hope so. Even as a Miss, my love for music and in giving back, I think that would be amazing.
Well, obviously you're perfect, and that's why you won Miss Universe. Thank you so much, Catriona. Congratulations again. Coming up here on GMA, we've got a sneak peek of tonight's Bachelor premiere. You don't want to miss it.
At Rockaway Beach here in New York, starting us off with the latest. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning to you, Robin. They said, did you want to start at the beach? Yeah, as so many people are going to be doing. It is quiet right now here, but from here down through Florida and really across our nation, these beaches will be packed and probably more than 3 inches. So going through your holiday, watch for not just the heat and exposure to heat, because we're already feeling like the upper 70s to near 80 right now, but then also the lightning and thunderstorms, Cecilia.
Those are good reminders. Okay, Ginger, thanks. As millions from the heartland to the
Whit, happy almost 4th of July. We'll head right back to you.
All right, looks good out there, Ginger. Thank you.
All right, I got to get these toes back in the water, so let's go ahead and get a check a little closer to home. And George, we'll get the select cities now, sponsored by Geico.
Before the storm, and it's such an anxious time, not knowing exactly where the storm is going to hit. Good morning again.
Good morning to you, Robin. I can tell you that coastal Mississippi, Alabama, and far western Panama.
He's going to join us live this morning. Right now, let's go to Ginger.
Yes, George, I have to tell you about a multi-day tornado event. We already saw it start. We know that this thing is capable of it, and we're going to be talking about it through Friday. This one damaging tornadoes from Missouri to Kansas. And then we have a picture of one in Olathe, Kansas, just coming across the road with the debris there. Now, here's the forecast. Today, it's anywhere from Wichita down to Austin, Texas. I'm headed south today after the show because it looks bad enough Wednesday that we could see significant damage in parts of the south, like Birmingham, Alabama, back to Little Rock. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, the Tuesday trivia, sponsored by Northwestern Mutual.
I've always focused on my career, but when we found out our son had autism, his future became my focus. Lavender baths always...
This week-long severe weather outbreak is already ramping up. This video is from Johnson County, Kansas. You can see 20 homes were damaged, roofing, siding, basketball hoops. And that was just from one of the tornadoes. Now, we do anticipate a big tornado day on Wednesday. Today, we have some areas in it, too. But anywhere from Little Rock over to Memphis, Birmingham to Montgomery, Jackson down to Mobile, you have to watch out on Wednesday. This is a big day. The warning is out. And then it slides east. It doesn't stop. And it looks more like a damaging wind, but you could still see some rotation. Virginia Beach, Raleigh, Charlotte, down to Savannah, and even Atlanta. Let's get a check a little closer to home.
enclosure. But first, let's go to Ginger.
And I'll get you those select cities, sponsored by Allstate. Thank you, Robin. And how about we bring you to Denver, where they've had 2 to 4 inches of snow and upwards of a foot in parts of Colorado. Utah has had almost 2 feet of snow. So another big storm. Denver actually is catching up on their annual. They've had more than half their annual snowfall just this month. But that same storm, much like last week, has the potential to do severe storms ahead of it. And so anywhere from Fort Sill down to Wichita Falls. Oh, and you also saw just there Salt Lake City, the icy roads. But look at this, Abilene to Dallas and Fort Worth. This is this afternoon and evening, so I want you to make sure to have that weather awareness and have your NOAA weather radios on, because once you get that warning, you've got to get to shelter. Very heavy rains along the Gulf as we see this thing move east this week. Let's get a check now, a little closer to home.
North Carolina state line. It should become a hurricane later tonight, and that's when it should make landfall somewhere between Myrtle Beach and Wilmington, North Carolina. The impacts tonight through tomorrow, right? So then Tuesday it moves through the mid-Atlantic as far north as Philadelphia. Baltimore, New York City will feel those impacts on Tuesday. Not just gusty winds, 40 to flooding and some storm surge, 1 to 5 feet. But if you miss anything that I said before, so we could see some of these inland flood events be even more impactful than some of the coastal stuff. So we're keeping an eye on this, Robin, and be tracking it through the midweek.
Yep, we're going to keep everybody updated, Ginger. Thank you. But now we have the latest.
You know, Amy, tropical storm warning from Jacksonville, Florida, to the tropical storm watch as far north as Rockland, Maine. So all the East Coast bracing, really going to be like a 40 to 60 mile per hour wind. The storm surge 1 to 5 feet. Some coastal flooding, but again, those flash flood threats, Fredericksburg, Virginia.
To Baltimore, Maryland, tomorrow is going to be the issue. As it moves north into New England, I'm concerned about some of the higher elevations from Vermont back to western Massachusetts into New York and New Jersey. Your local weather's coming up in 30 seconds. First, though, we do have those select cities sponsored by Amazon.